Coming up. Is that you? Huh? It says there's nobody on. Yeah. Huh?
Maybe it's lagging.
Yeah, I think it is. So we got Bustin' Dustin on. He says, good morning. Hope you're progressing well, buddy. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I am progressing, not as fast as I'd like, but you know, little baby steps. Today I need to target the right tricep. That's another area that I've had some atrophy. Although it's the area I've probably had more success in than the chest. But I didn't hit the tricep as much as I had hoped last week. So I'm gonna focus on that today. So I'm gonna run through just a couple brief chest exercises and then spend the rest of the time focusing on the tricep. Snowfrost says hi. And you guys are up early. What are you guys up to? You also about to hit the gym or going to work or what? Let's see. Oop, lost my light. Stand by. I think it might be time for a new one. Yep. Sorry guys, my light is giving me some problems. I think it might be time for a new one. Bustin' Dustin, thanks again for the advice. Slow and steady, my friend. I'll be around. Sounds good, man. Take care. Look forward to seeing you around. Hit the like button on your way out if you didn't already. Done. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So we're going to load up this bar. It's an Olympic multi-grip barbell. I find it is easy on my shoulder joints. We're going to load it with 45 pounds and hit the first set. Let's see. All right, I think I just said 45 pounds. I misspoke, apologies for that. We're gonna load the bar up with 95 pounds. I'm gonna try to hit about 5 sets, slowly progressing the weight a little bit. Excuse me. right. 15 reps. Felt a little bit of tightness in my neck on the right side, which is where I had the impacts of the injury. So I'm not going to increase the weight. I'm going to stay right there. I don't want to risk anything. It happened when I was re-racking the weight. Turning my head to the right to make sure I was catching the hooks is where I felt just kind of a tightness. So I'm going to stay right there at that weight. I'm not going to increase anything, just to be on the safe side. You getting warm in here? Yeah? Yep. That's right. All right. 13 reps. I'm trying to just get the pecs firing, especially that right side. I can't spend a whole lot of time on chest today. Let's see. Thank you guys for jumping on this morning, this early morning. A little chilly in here, although the heater's got it warmed up pretty nice. We're at below 20 degrees here in Fort Worth, Texas, which means my gym is really cold this morning.
9 degrees.
It's 9 degrees? Jeez. It is cold. 9?
9.
right, 11 reps on that one. Oh, here we go. We've got a troll on early in the morning. Ronnie Parsons says, he laughs and says, "You gotta be joking." Oh, let's hear it, Ronnie. What are you so critical of? The world wants to know. Everybody, put your attention on this guy. He really needs it. Let's hear it, Ronnie. What's so funny? What are we joking about? Well, come on, man. Type faster. You gotta be kidding. Is that as fast as you can type? We want to hear it. We want to hear what you're so critical of. Your opinion is the most worthy opinion to all of us. We want to hear it, man. Come on. Why can't you type faster than that? I can't lift heavy, obviously. So I'm a wimp. You can't type fast. What's the matter with you? Are you dumb? Come on. You got nothing better to do with your life than jack with other people you don't even know. Things you wouldn't even walk to my front door and knock on it and say whatever it is you're about to say. You'll do it right here like a coward. Let's hear it. Good to see you again. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on, man. You came in just the right time. We got some guy named Ronnie here who is very critical. Has something he wants to say, but suddenly is very reserved. Yeah, I guess so. All right, so we're on, I think, fourth set now. Thanks for jumping on, Kevin. Appreciate it. Fourth set. I was going to increase the weight on the incline, but I felt something a little tight in my neck, especially where the injury occurred, so I'm going to be a little careful. Kevin says haters going to hate. They do. Every once in a while. You know, the good thing is I thought I'd see a lot more of that. Probably 1 out of every 10 folks I interact with, 1 out of every 10's a negative. They got something to say, and it's completely unprovoked. There's no idea where it comes from, but most of them are cool. I don't have a lot of issues. Reps. Kevin, brother, you got it going on. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Not like I used to. I was hoping that today I'd be able to progress my incline bench press, you know, at 5 to 10 pounds each rep, but I'm not feeling it. It's when I went to re-rack the first set, felt kind of a tightness in my neck where I had the injury. I placed on the hook, so I decided just to stick with the weight I've got, so to not chance anything. You know, I wish I could just fast forward back into having the strength that I used to have, but it's all a process, you know. Sometimes you got to take steps backwards to take steps forward. It's kind of where I'm at. What are you doing up so early, Kevin? Or is it early for you? I can't remember where you're from. Are you the guy from the Bronx? Or Brooklyn, excuse me? Last set, then we're going to move to some flies, and then we're going to work on the tricep, deal with those atrophy issues. 10 reps. We're going to move away from that exercise for now. We're going to go to some band flies. I'm going to do one arm at a time. The goal being to pull the band across the chest a little bit more than usual. See if I can get some good contraction in the center of the chest, which is where I'm having atrophy problems. See if you can tell from this angle. This side's smaller than this side, but if you kind of look in towards the light, right in here, there's a bit of a gap. It's almost like the muscle around is growing, except for right there. Whereas here, nice and full, it's just kind of freezing in here. So I'm gonna try to work on that a little bit. All right, we're gonna do a 10-pound weight. Better angle than that. So a nice control and slowed on the right side where I've got the atrophy issue. On the left side, just rep them out to get contractions. I want to spend more time and focus on the right and the left. Hopefully build those back up. Detailed Gaming says, following the leader. What are you talking about, man? What do you mean following the leader? Are you waking up early? You working out today? What's going on? Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. All right. We're going to keep up with that exercise. Sorry about the lighting, guys. My tripod seemed to have busted, so I'll have to get a new one.
No, I didn't stretch before I started running.
Feel it? I wish someone would give you advice.
You tell me after. Stretch after.
Yeah, dude. You gotta do
I gotta stretch before I run.
the rotations and stuff that I teach you before.
Where is that?
When you being followed later?
Not sure. Can't tell nowadays.
What's that?
I can't tell nowadays whether people
Or
trying
jacking
to
where you're just.
compliment or they're trying
Yeah.
to make fun of.
Just kind of get a little contraction here. This one's a slow one. We're not trying to build the right side up to match the left side again. Huh? All right. 8 reps. Slow and controlled on the right side. Try to work on that injured side. And then just worked on 8 regular contractions on the left. So slow on the right, regular tempo on the left. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new light. Sorry, everyone. See the difference between the two? A little smaller here, a little divot here. Go to the side. You can usually see the difference a lot better. Yeah. Larger, smaller. Can't get the same type of contraction on the right that I can on the left still. Still a little bit, part of it's still a little bit asleep. Put something over this, like a handkerchief or something. So right. We got something from Captain Kabooms. It says exercising is dumb. Yeah, on an early morning like this, I would have agreed with you when I first woke up. I thought, yeah, this is really dumb. I don't need to do this. No, I get it. It's kind of like an acquired taste, you know. Initially, you start it, you hate it. It's not fun, but with time, you end up kind of enjoying it. I've been doing it for like 20-something years, and so I hated it at first, but did it because of the profession I was in. And over the years, ended up getting to the point where I really like it. But I think a lot of folks feel your sentiment. Even those that do it regularly sometimes feel like exercising is dumb. Thanks for jumping on, though. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. What do you got this week? we got one more set of these, and then I'm gonna move on to tricep. So earlier we had Ronnie Parsons trying to get on here and troll, and then I called him out. Suddenly he disappeared. I was really curious to hear what he had to say. But I think he dropped in, said what he wanted to say, or the very limited amount of what he wanted to say, and then disappeared because he wasn't expecting a confrontation, is my guess. That's the thing with people who are bullies. Usually they're cowards. The minute you challenge, like what is that, the king with no clothes or whatever, the minute you expose them, they're out. All right, last set of this. We're gonna move on to some triceps. Not as happy with the contractions I'm feeling on this side. I was hoping to get a little bit better. But try one more set and then move on. All right, that's it for that set. So we got here another comment coming in from I'm gonna keep it real. Says good morning. Hey, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. What are you up early? What are you up so early for? Are you going to work, working out? What's the plan? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think you said where are you from as well. Let's say you're waiting to clock in soon. Gotcha. Where do you work? What kind of work do you do if you don't want to share where you work? And then where you're from? Over here it's like 9 degrees. Let's see. All right, now we're gonna go to Easy Bar, Skull Crushers, dentist office. I'm sure you see a lot of gross stuff there. Put smiles on people's faces. Literally. All right, so we're gonna move on to tricep exercise, working the long head of the tricep with the easy bar, or some people call it curl bar, skull crusher. Start with 45 pounds. You hear that noise in the background? That's my better half over there. She's getting after it. Running, I hate running. She does too, but she does it anyways. You alright? Nice, good job. What was it? 7 weeks ago, you didn't want to do 1 minute. Take my hat off. My hat. Yeah. Thank you. You alright?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I'm trying to take my sweater off. I'm bumped into that.
Granger knows that as the procurement coordinator at manufacturing, you can count on auto reorder and have the PPE you need on hand. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Alright, 13 reps. Which is good. Start feeling the burn. I'm gonna stay there with that weight. Give myself, let's say, 30 seconds and get back into it. Try to keep that muscle under tension as long as possible. Tell you what, guys, I am not interested in this week. It's Monday, and I know there's a lot of work to get done today. When I get back after it, I'm not looking forward to it. You done? Love you. Be back in a second. All right. Time to get after it. There we go. All right. 13 reps. The right side is definitely tapping out faster than the left side. I didn't get as much tricep work in last week that I would have hoped. Was focusing a lot more on the chest. That's the side that's been lagging the most on that right side. Been really kind of frustrated with an inability to get that thing to grow, that right pec to grow the way it needs to. Apologize for that lighting. If you are just now jumping on, speaking about it earlier, I've got a tripod went out, so now I'm just using the main light overhead, and it's kind of drowning out some of this. Sorry about that. If you guys are on, I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're not a subscriber, I'd also love to have you as a subscriber. All right. All right. 11 reps on 45 pounds. I'm gonna keep it real says, time to clock in now. Have a great day, stay safe, stay warm. You look great, appreciate it, thank you. Have a good one. Enjoy the day doing the dentist stuff. All right, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of weight. We're gonna bump this up by just 5 pounds. So we reset the bar. So Laura says, yes, he's so handsome. All right, we're bumped up to 50 pounds now. Put a little more tension on that right side. All right, 10 reps. 10 reps, 50 pounds. That was our 4th set. 50 pounds. Let's see. 10. There we go. Take a little break, and then we will jump into the last set for that exercise, working the long head of the tricep. And we're going to move over to an exercise that'll work the short head. Got a few of you guys watching. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to jump in on these things. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you got anything you want to drop in the comments to talk about, feel free. Love to hear from you. If you're not a subscriber yet, I also would like to have you as a subscriber. I really do appreciate all the interactions I get from these lives. Started doing these now 2.5 weeks ago. Wasn't sure what to expect. Honestly, I thought there'd be a lot of criticism and, you know, people just having you know, nasty stuff to say. But in reality, it wasn't too bad. You get probably 1 out of every 10, but usually it's positive stuff, and I'm grateful for that. All right, good. Chris says, "Hey, Biggin, how things going?" Doing well, man. Finished working out the chest earlier this morning. Did some incline bench press. I wanted to progress the weight up gradually. However, the first set, when I went to re-hook it or re-rack it, felt kind of a tightness on my right side. And because of my injury, I didn't want to, you know, provoke anything, so I kind of stayed away from that. And now I've moved on to some tricep. I finished up, I just didn't increase any weight, but I've now moved on, working on some tricep. And then I'm gonna call it a day, so I got 2 more exercises. And then Buddha something here says hit 50 push-ups right now. Not in the cards right now, man. I'm still recovering from my broken neck. I used to be able to hit 100 push-ups. Now I can barely do 10. So I'd love to take you up on that challenge, but it's not in the cards for me right now. We'll have to progressively work towards it. You check one of my earlier videos from a week or 2 ago, I did do a challenge where I hit 100 push-ups. Now I didn't do 100 in a row, but I hit 100 with sets of, you know, somewhere between 4 and 7, depending on how zapped I was getting. But 100 right now is not happening. It won't be happening anytime soon. When I attempt to hit a push-up, it's really hard to stay level, stay balanced. The right side, because of my injury, lags. So that's a goal to get to again. All right, so we're gonna do some cable rope push downs, working the short head of the tricep. I need to rack this cable machine with 25 pounds. So we've got 10. I gotta warn you, Buddha, that's how you say the name. I also am an older fella. Been doing this for a long time, and I'm way past the ego lifting days, so I'm not the kind of guy anymore that if you challenge me to hit 50 push-ups or challenge me to hit, 30, 300 pounds or 400 pounds of anything, I'm likely not gonna do it. Ego lifting is a good way to get hurt, and I just don't participate anymore. I just do what I know is good for me and try to work on my my body and my health. That's all I really care about. Aiming for, tried to hit 12 there. Arm gave out at the last minute, so I kind of cheated to get it down so I could just work on the negative there. So we got 12, but it's not really a fair 12. It's really more like an 11. Maybe you call it 11 and a half. But anyways, we're gonna stay on that weight. Wasn't a bad weight. Take about a 30-second rest and just get right back into it. So Chris, I'm not sure if you're still watching or not, but I want to thank you. You're one of those who jumps on regularly and interacts regularly. I'm grateful for it. Curious what the plan is for you today. I can't remember where you said you're from, but where I'm at, it's almost 7 a.m. here in Fort Worth. About to get ready for work after I knock this out. I'm curious what your plan is for the day. You know, are you up early also where you're from? Getting ready for work? You going to the gym? Like, what's the plan? Yeah. 11, but barely. My right side's giving out. All right. Yeah, the human body is a weird thing. You know, to think that an entire muscle can just completely turn off. I had no idea that was a thing until I went through this injury. It's just a weird feeling. You know, you have these muscles that, if any of you guys, if you're really engaged in working out, you know about mind-muscle connection, where you can feel the contraction. You know, you can tell which muscle you want to move and how tight. To be able to do that for so long and then all of a sudden it's just gone, it's just strange. Because I remember back whenever I first started working out, I think I was like 13 or 14. You had no mind-muscle connection. When you first start working out, you can't feel anything. You're just moving the weight and hoping something's working. But then as you continue to develop and do that more and more, you can feel it. And then have it turn off is just like going back to being a 13 or 14-year-old again, trying to feel the muscle. All right. All right, 10 reps. 10 reps, but barely. The right side's completely turning off on me. I'm trying to use the left to contract and get that rope back down. And then I'm trying to focus on the right to control the negative. That's at least the goal. It's kind of complicated here because I can't feel it very well. A lot of tightness on the right side too. I can feel it. So we got a few of you folks on. Thank you for jumping on. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you. Kind of got a goal for 2026. The goal is to get at least 1,000 subscribers. So currently, this channel, we recently hit 350. I think we're actually at 351 as of yesterday. So the goal now is spend the rest of the year trying to get 1,000. So if you guys are not subscribers, or you haven't shared this with somebody, please help us out. I'd be grateful. We'll call that 10, sort of. Right about 8. I didn't feel like my right arm was engaged in that at all. All right. We're getting near the end of this one here. We got one more set of this exercise. Then we've got a final exercise for the tricep. And we're going to call it a day there. So if you haven't jumped in and interacted in the comment section, love to hear from you, even if it's just a hi. If you got a question, you got a thought, freely share, whatever it is. We even got some people who sometimes post some negative stuff. I don't care. Say whatever you want to say. I'm an older guy who is not bothered by any of it, so not gonna hurt my feelings, but would just love to hear from you. That's it. 8. Fifth and final set of that exercise. We hit 8. Let's see, it is. The heater's off in this gym, and I can feel the 9 degrees seeping its way back into my garage gym. I'm gonna start getting very uncomfortable here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Fortunately, I'm almost done. All right. Some of you folks from up north, I don't know how you do it. I do not like the cold. It is not my cup of tea, I guess you could say. All right, so now we're gonna work the tricep using a underhand grip, doing a reverse cable curl of sorts, which is not a curl, it's more of an extension, but it's in the position of a cable curl. It doesn't take a whole lot of weight for this to be effective. We're talking 5 pounds on the cable machine right now. I'm gonna start on the right side. So typically you start on the weaker side, which for most people is the left, and in my case usually would be the left. Because of my injury that affected my right side, we're gonna start on the right side. Move the camera to a different angle. That light is flooding out. Let's see if this works. There we go. Nope. Eight reps on each side. Really just trying to match sides on, in this case, 8 on the right is as good as it got. So I just matched on the left. I'm looking more slow and controlled movements on the right side. Try to help rebuild that muscle. Not as interested in slow and controlled movements on the left, because that muscle, that arm is about half an inch bigger than the right. So try to catch him up really. All right, I think that's a pretty good angle right there. Nine on both sides. On the right side, I had to cheat though and try to just pick up the negative instead. But I couldn't get the contraction on my own. So instead, I just tried to help myself with my other hand, get the weight pressed back down or extended back down, and then just worked on the negative. We got, I think, 2 more sets of this, 2 or 3 more sets, and then that'll conclude this live. Thank you all who've been jumping on, who've hit the like button, and those who subscribed and commented. A lot of interaction this morning. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. We got 8 reps each side again. My right arm just dies after 8. It's as good as it gets on that side, at least without any cheating or helping myself. That leaves 2 more sets. Looking at my notes here, I got 2 sets left. And then that'll conclude for today. Hope you guys find this helpful. Feel free to steal any of it. I know I'm working on some rehab work for my atrophied muscles, but all this stuff is still applicable. Feel free to take it and use it. What's that? Yeah. All right, 8 again. It's getting chilly in here. Got a few guys sticking with me on this live. Appreciate it. If there's anything you want to see, any questions you have, anything that would make this more interesting for you, feel free to speak up. I'm open to any criticisms, critiques, suggestions. So we got one more set. Working on the tricep here, and then that's gonna be it. That's gonna call it. There we go. All right, that is going to conclude the session for today. Thank you everyone who's jumped on, who has participated in the chat, who hit the like button. If you subscribe, thank you for that. Just thank you for all the interactions. Like I said, the goal for 2026 is to see if we can get 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys don't mind helping by either subscribing yourself if you haven't, sharing with someone else that you think may be interested, continue to do these lives as long as you folks are interested. I also post the replay later, so if maybe you wanted to steal something from the workout or the exercise, feel free to. On the replay, you can drop a comment if you have a question about why I'm doing something or kind of the thought process behind it. Happy to answer any of that. But I hope you guys have a good week. Enjoy your Monday, and I'll see you again likely tomorrow morning.